5 on Wednesday, September the 21st.
Tomorrow is the first day of fall.
Oh, well, there we go. Last day of summer today.
Yes.
And we have a very special guest, Jersey Boys' Nicolas Dromard, who's here.
Yay! Love Jersey Boys. We're going to
love
miss you,
Jersey
Jersey
Boys.
Boys. We're going to miss you.
So we're going to have a good Jersey Boys chat in a bit. So let's whip through the news, Beth.
Oh, you want me to whip through it?
Whip
Right.
through the news.
Crack that whip on me, will you?
Yeah.
Reed Birney, Tony winner.
Tony winner.
Reed Birney of The Humans fame is going to star in a play by Tracy Letts, who everyone knows from August Osage County, at Second Stage. It's called Man from Nebraska. I'm excited for that. Tracy Letts.
Yeah, and that's from January.
That's
so we
in
don't
January.
know. At the moment, Humans is scheduled to end on Broadway in January. Don't quite know what's going to happen to it after that.
But Reed Birney is definitely moving on.
Reed Birney is definitely moving on.
Right.
He's been with the show a long time, though.
He has, since the beginning. That's a real family in The Humans.
Absolutely.
Great group of people.
Okay, Veronica Dunn. I think I'm a bit old to know all about Veronica Dunn.
Well, I'm older than you are, so that makes me feel terrific. So Veronica Dunn from Disney's
Casey Undercover.
I'm sure you know what that means. We're getting smiles in the room. She's going to be Roxy Hart and all that jazz,
All that
starting
jazz.
from October
October
17th through November 26th. So you've got 6 weeks to see Veronica Dunn strut her stuff.
She's got a musical theatre background, so she's done lots of musical theatre before. And the Weissers know what they're doing.
Roxy Hart,
Yeah,
best part ever.
all good.
Oh, we have the complete cast of Hairspray Live now.
We do.
Shayna Steele, who is very familiar with Hairspray, is in it, and Billy Eichner, the comedian Billy Eichner, Difficult People, Billy Eichner has joined the show.
The one problem with him doing the show means that we can't watch his funny comments on social media.
He will not be live tweeted. Well, maybe backstage.
Maybe.
That's not a very big part. You never
Maybe.
know.
You never know.
So that's December 7th. We'll all be watching The Nicest Kids in Town.
Coverage.
Did you see
Complete
what I did
coverage
there?
going on over
Complete coverage. Adam Driver is looking to come back to Broadway. So he was on Broadway twice, both roundabout productions.
here. He's a Star Wars baddie. You know who I'm talking about.
You know who Adam Driver is.
Yes.
You watch Girls. We know who Adam Driver is. We've seen him shirtless a
Yeah.
lot. He is looking to, speaking of shirtless, he's considering Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah.
Little
And-
Stanley Kowalski
And that
action.
news comes from Sam Gold. So, I don't know.
Right, the Tony winner.
Tony-winning director.
Yes.
All good. Okay, so this is fun. Every year they do like the most produced plays around the country.
A lot of puppets going around this country right now with
Yeah.
Hand to God. A lot of really dirty puppets.
But followed by one of my favourite plays of last season, season 4, Constellations. I love that.
Now,
play.
Jake Gyllenhaal's not in all these productions, but nevertheless, it's very well produced. There's the first trailer of the Merrily We Roll On documentary.
That looks so good. Have you seen the trailer?
This is like my favorite
Obsessed.
show ever.
Obsessed.
One of them. So that's going to be amazing. And what else is
The
in
Hamilton teaser. So the Hamilton documentary is coming out next month. There's a 30-second teaser up. That's at the end of Odds and Ends today.
Amazing. Mandy Gonzalez. Oh my gosh, she's so nice. Mandy Gonzalez is on Show People. She talks about Michael Crawford. You may have heard of him in a show that has had some legs, that show. Although not the one she was in with him. She talks about In the Heights. She talks about, just everything. She was a backup singer for Bette Midler, and Bette Midler sent her very first telegram. Really cool
love
stuff.
that.
And now she's Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton. So there you go, and the Broadway.com show is up.
It's
But I'm going to
up.
get out of here because there's a Jersey
I
boy
do,
here.
absolutely. There's Jersey Boy in the house. Bye, Beth.
In the house, I think.
In
is
the
how you say it.
house. Nicolas Dromard is here.
Hello.
Hello. You're back.
Yes.
Tommy DeVito.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
And last night was your first night back on Broadway.
Yes, it was.
For how long?
6 months ago, I left. Richard Blake came back 6 months ago in March, and then had 6 months. I went off, got married, had a lovely honeymoon. Thank you very much, and now I'm back.
Did you remember your lines?
Yes, I almost
okay?
did not. Yes, it was good.
I mean, how does the put-in process go? Because seriously, if you've done the show a long time, you've done it on Broadway, you've done it on tour, you've been to some incredible places on tour, which we'll talk about. But how does it? I mean, were they all in your head, or do you have to relearn the script? How does it go?
We had a few rehearsals. I had about a week's rehearsal since I had done it already on Broadway. They were like, you don't need much. I was like, okay, that'll be fine. So I watched the show a few times.
Okay.
Had a couple of rehearsals on stage Thursday, Friday, put in, and it was like riding a bike. Essentially, I just closed my eyes and my body took me, and it was great.
Muscle memory, both in the brain and in the body.
Exactly.
Now, so we've got until January the 15th, everybody, to go and see Jersey Boys. Now, you've done this once before. You were in the closing cast of Mary Poppins, is that right?
I was, yes, I was brilliant.
Leslie Marguerite was talking about this recently as well. It's actually a very special experience being in a closing cast, isn't it?
Yeah, to say you're the closing cast, the last person to play that role on Broadway in that original show, very magical. And it's everybody comes back and sees it,
Yeah.
and they're very nostalgic. They're like, oh, it's the last time we didn't see it before the revival. Who God knows when that will be, you know.
And the audiences, I mean, you know, more and more people go, and then you've obviously got the closing night, which on some levels, I've done a few closing nights, so it's a bit like going to an opening night.
It really is.
I went to the closing night of Mamma Mia, and they had a lot of cast there. This all happened to you. Previous productions, so the whole of the audience kept singing along in tune. It was like the most impressive karaoke session you've ever been to.
Yeah, for Mary Poppins it was magical because all the kids who had played in the show, some on tour and the Broadway cast, were in the orchestra. So as the show's starting, you saw this like 10 rows of like 45 kids who had played the Michael and Jane bands throughout the 6 years. So it was just, it's incredible.
Very, very special moment. And you've got Mark Ballas joining you October 18th.
Yes.
Now he's new, I think he's completely new to Jersey Boys, isn't he?
Brand spanking new.
So poor guy's going to, newbie, are you all going to be nice to him, or is it going to be a bit of bullying sort of on set?
We'll see how nice he is. We'll see what happens.
See how that goes. Because that's actually going to, it's going to be pretty tricky for him, I guess, isn't it, as well? No,
I don't think it'll be true. Yeah, we've all done the show, but I think it'll be, he's got a great rehearsal process, and we've, you know, we'll all mesh and really create the show together, as opposed to just like fitting him in this cog, you know, and so I think it's going to be really great. We're very excited.
Now, you've also been a member of another big musical family. We have to talk about Wicked. We have to talk about Fiyero.
Yes.
So, I mean, that experience, once a Fiyero, I mean, there are always going to be fans following you going with their Wicked posters.
Yes. Yeah. I love Wicked. Yeah. I love
when did you get, when were you in Wicked?
I did the national tour for a year and a half, the very first one. It just started in 2006. And then I played Fiyero in San Francisco for almost 2 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And did you adore being in San Francisco?
I mean, I love doing the show. I'm not a huge fan of San Francisco. I love New York City, Chicago, Boston. I'm a East Coast
East Coast kind of guy, because you're born and bred in Canada.
That's right, yeah.
You need the cold weather, do you?
I do. In San Francisco, there's like fog, and I mean, it's a beautiful city. I love the architecture. I love getting out in like wine country and Marin County. But yeah, I had a great time. You know.
And then when you were touring with Jersey Boys, was there any favourites where you sort of landed and just had the best, most extraordinary audiences? Because audiences must probably change.
They do.
Depending which state, even which town you're in.
Yeah, there's a lot of expat Jerseyites that are in the South, like in Florida and South Carolina. We were in North Charleston. And all of a sudden, I say Jersey, and the crowd erupts. And I was like, whoa, wait, there must be a lot of Jersey people who are here. And so, yeah, it's great.
It was all good. So, as I mentioned, you're born and bred in Canada. When did you know? I heard that it was 6 years old when you realised you wanted to dance.
That's right, yeah.
Talk us through this.
So, I'm in, I forget, kindergarten or first grade, and we all went to see Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movie with the third graders or something. And I'm just like watching this movie, and I'm like 6 years old, and I'm like, I want to tap dance. And for like a week, I would tap dance under my desk, and my teacher finally called my parents and said, can you please get him in tap dance class? He's driving us crazy. So thank you, Fred Astaire, for inspiring me. And
so there you were. So you first wanted to dance, and then you realised you could sing.
Yeah. Then I was part of the choir at school. I did some community theatre when I was younger. At 15, I played Bobby Child in Crazy for You, and that was like, okay, I love that. That was it. That was the moment where I was like, okay, I got to do this.
And your first job was Radio City Christmas Spectaculars, right, in Missouri.
Yes, in Branson, Missouri.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I love Christmas, and what's more magical than doing the Radio City Rockettes show?
And so they had all the Rockettes.
Yes, and I was one of the dancing bears and singers, and it was just so much fun.
Do you ever go back to that show when you were here? I suppose you can't because you're on Broadway.
No, I have. I've seen it. I love it. Yeah, I've seen the different incarnations and seen the amazing...
everyone being happy and... Yeah, all good. Now, Peyton wants to know, what's the best life advice you've ever been given?
The best life advice?
Yeah.
That I've been given?
Yeah.
Just to keep pursuing my dreams and keep pushing hard and training. Learn as many things as possible. You know, the more tools you have in your toolbox, the more likely you'll be employed to do some things. So if you can only act, you'll only have that small window. So if you can act, sing, and dance, you have all this range of what you can do.
Okay, David wants to know, were you familiar with Frankie Valli music before you were cast? I'd imagine probably,
You know what's not...
not really.
I did know some of the songs. Of course, some songs you're like, oh, cool, I've heard that before. But then to realize that all those hits that you hear in the show were by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, that I didn't know all of them. But I knew a few. You're like, Can't Take My Eyes Off You. You're like, oh yeah, I know that song.
What do you love about playing Tommy DeVito? What do you love about him?
So many things.
So many things.
he's kind of has a bad rap. Like he's the guy that made it all happen, but he's the one who got kicked out of the band and got the band in trouble with Dead and blah blah blah. But he had to be charming in some way and had to have some brains to do what he did and be able to bring people together and create and keep working hard. And yeah, he might have made some bad decisions, but in the end, he brought Frankie up on stage for the first time. He put Gaudio in.
Why do you think Jersey Boys speaks to people? Because it has been this massive hit around the world, even places like London.
Yeah.
It's still running in London. I mean, it's incredible.
It's just people relate to it. If it's people who are born in situations and they work hard and to achieve this greatness, and it relates to everybody. It has a story for everybody. Everybody can find a story or find like, oh yeah, if I keep working hard, or I think everybody relates to it.
There must be something very special as well about doing the show in New York because you're so close to Jersey.
Yeah, it's great to have like the Bridge and Tunnel crowd come and see the show, and like to have that you can hear in the audience when people are from Jersey because they get the jokes. So something pops up, you're like, oh yeah, they're from Jersey, or
What about the accents? Do you feel a bit more under pressure to nail it? But you've done the show so many times now. It's
yeah.
I'm not even going to try and do Jersey with my.
You should. I would love to hear that.
It's not my thing.
I think someone's saying we should try to do some lines.
No, we're not certainly. But is there a pressure? 'Cause certainly when I go home or when I listen to people trying to do British accents here and when they can't,
I
get
furious.
furious.
I'm sure.
So I don't know. I think people from Jersey might be quite scary if they arrive and they don't think the Jersey accent is.
Yeah. Well, I think we had a great dialect coach that I worked on with every line of the show for like 3 hours. We went through the whole script and really worked to get everything. Phonetically writing it down, and so the more practice and everything. So, yeah.
So have there been any on-stage mishaps? Our Live at Fivers love that question. And how did you get out of them? Did anyone notice?
Well, last night there wasn't a mishap. I kind of just like tripped on a word or something, and it was like, oh, what am I supposed to say here? Come on.
But in previous incarnations of playing,
one of my favorites actually, and Drew Seeley's going to kill me for saying this, but when we were on tour together, Drew in Oh What a Night, in the scene What a Night where there's 2 red couches, and it's the scene where there's some women, scantily clad women. He's supposed to come in front of us and like say his line and something, forget, I don't know his line. That's what he says. I'm singing. So he's supposed to sit on the couch at the end. Well, for some reason that night he overshot a bit by about a foot, so he went to sit down and he missed the couch and rolled right back up and stood up, and it was like, what happened?
You're probably not very cool, calm, and collected because people don't know. I mean, if you
that's the thing.
The only people who know, going, don't you?
Exactly. The people who know the choreography and the songs are the people on stage, or the people who've seen the show 50 times. So
and then they love it when someone goes
exactly.
a little. That's their favorite bit.
You're part
then.
of that little night. Oh, I was there that night when. Yeah, it's awesome.
Absolutely, yes. Now, do you have any dressing room rituals to get you into the zone, or can you just arrive and just do the show now?
I have some music. I do my hair.
What do you listen to?
Anything. It all changes from whatever daily top 40 to some classic Frank Sinatra, whatever I'm in the mood for. I love jazz and big band, but it all depends on the day. And do some vocal exercises. I do a little. Put my suit on. Once my suit is on, that's it.
And I mean, it's the 8 shows a week. It's a marathon, not a sprint, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is. It's tough. So have you got any tips for anyone sort of wanting to get into the industry and thinking, okay, how do I even do 8 shows a week?
You just rest. You got to rest your voice. can't stay up late and playing a rock band until 4 a.m.
Can't party.
Drinking. I mean, you can once. You just have to.
A while.
Yeah, in moderation. Everything in moderation, right?
Absolutely. So this is the final stint of Jersey Boys on Broadway. What do you hope your final audiences take away with them from the show?
I mean, just this great story that Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, they made it through tough times and good times, and they dealt with a lot, and that it happens everywhere. Whatever success you're part of, whatever be nice to the people on the way up, because you don't know how they're going to be nice to you when you go down. So
there we go. So thank you very much, Nicolas Dromard. Thank you so much, Live at Fivers, for joining us. We will see you tomorrow.